you should, every day, for the next few weeks, try and look at their teeth, try and look in their ears, try and play with their paws. Because when your dog needs to have its nails groomed, you don't want to have the dog put under. You just want them to tolerate having somebody play with their feet and having some, oh, I'm sorry, was that too fast for you? So you want to do that. Okay. And let them get used to having things like that done. Okay. Lift their tail, play with their paws, look in their ears, look at their teeth. Okay. And you want to do it on a regular basis for the first couple of weeks so that they're used to it. And then they're not surprised when anybody does it. And it's easier if it starts with you. But then remind me, as your dog gets used to it with you, I'll try it again so she gets used to it with us. Does anybody else have a problem with their dog scared of cars? It's not really something you want to break because it's nice of them to be scared of cars, but not so much that they become psychotic. So you kind of want your dog not to love cars because you want them to stay away from them, but you want them to be respectful. And so what we're going to work on is actually sitting calmly when the cars go by. It's going to be a little harder for you. Yeah. So what you want to do is, like, if you walked over there, your dog would freak out. I think so. So what you want to do is find a spot like this. It's really nice. This is clearly a good distance. Walk close. This is actually good for anything. Everybody, anything your dog has a fear of, what you do is what we've been doing with Hunter. Hi, Hunter. You put the dog at a distance they're comfortable. So let's say I'm scared of women in green shirts because she's frightening looking. So we put me at a distance where I feel safe. And then we move me a step closer. And if I'm still calm, I get a reward. And we wait a few minutes. And then we move me a step closer. And if I'm still okay, I get a reward. And it can just be praise. It doesn't have to be a big, this is the place where you have to, like, least reward because you want everything to be normal. So this is not the place for steak. This is the place for a pet. Maybe every once in a while a little tiny treat. Then we walk forward and I go, oh, did you just see what that, and the dog starts getting tense. Then you back the dog up to a place where they're calm. Talk to them, give them a reward, and when they're ready, you step them forward again. And you just keep doing that until eventually they get a little and I back up, and then you work them in. So in this case, we have a dog that's scared of cars, which is not bad. You want them to have a healthy respect, but you don't want them to be insane if you're trying to walk them. So you put them here. Clearly, this is a good enough distance. So then, if you move in to wherever your dog's scared, find that space, back it up a few feet, and hang out there, and then slowly work your way in. Don't get too close because you don't want your dog to think cars are okay. But you can do that with anything your dog has a fear of, except thunder. Doesn't really work with thunder because you can't really step away. You can reward them and talk to them. If they have a really bad thunder fear, they make something called a thunder jacket, which does, it's kind of like a hug. And it makes them feel a little better. But the other thing is, you can put on music, so you're kind of drowning out the thunder. But one of the best things to do is put on classical music with a lot of bass. And you put it on a low volume. And then over time, you just increase the volume just a little and increase the volume until the dog is used to hearing. And I mean, you can do this and leave the house and go to work. So the dog is hearing boom, boom, boom. And they get used to just like, whoop, deep, loud noises aren't that big of a deal. And then, again, when the thunderstorm starts to come and you hear it in a distance, that's maybe a good time to give them a little treat. Bring them in for, as it gets a little closer, bring them in for dinner. Not when the dog's stressed, but at that early stage. So that maybe if you know the thunderstorm's coming, you work it where the dinner comes just as it's starting to roll in, and then the dog starts going, oh, thunder, I get dinner. And then thunder may become more positive. So think about things like this if your dog has fears.